Hi Aries, welcome to Unseen Hands Healing. This is going to be your monthly reading for the month of September. So already in the pre-shuffle, we've got the Knight of Wands coming out. This has been coming out for you. This card is really about focusing your fire. And what's really interesting is along with that, as I was meditating on your energy, I got this very immediate image of we were like out in space and there was a ball of fire circulating like this and getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and it was moving away from me in this like very there was a spiral to the trajectory, but it was moving forward and focusing in as it went. So there really is this energy of focusing your fire this month, which I'm excited to see for you coming out here in the month of September after all of the energy that has been coming through in July and August. So yay, Aries. Let's see what else comes out for you here. So we've got the Knight of Wands starting out, that movement in terms of fire, the movement of your soul and the ways that you channel that energy. Sometimes Knight of Wands can be kind of all over the place, but this is riding forward in a specific trajectory. I really saw that in the meditation. So that's what I'm seeing here with that Knight of Wands. Now we have the Seven of Cups. This is having lots of options, potentially being overwhelmed by the fact that you have lots of options. We'll go in depth here, but I just want to get the cards out on the table or off the table. However they want to fly. Yes, Two of Wands. All right, we've got this trajectory of you focusing your fire and making a choice. Of all the options on the table, you end up being able to make a choice, the choice that's right for you moving forward. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune. Change, 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 change. Honk, honk. All right, what's the center of this reading for Aries? Absolutely. The Hermit. What else can we get for you, my dear fire sign? Whee! Okay. Page of Coins. The World. The energy of Gemini. Okay, very interesting. And finally, Temperance. Gorgeous. Yes, let's get into it. So, can you see this? Yes, you can. Right at the center, the Hermit. You know, for a few months now, I've been feeling this energy for the Aries folks that I'm channeling here. I've been feeling this energy of this is about going your own way. In a sense, there's something very solo about this part of your journey, and it really is about you going solo, either literally in your life, kind of separating yourself from relationships that pull you out of that hermit energy, or other jobs or other activities that pull you out of yourself. Really focusing all of that fire, which is like your creative soul energy, the things that call to your soul that you want to focus on. I see you focusing here and taking that hermit journey, which can be a scary thing to do. It can be scary to set off on your own in that way and really devote that kind of time and attention to your inner life. But that is the choice that you are making. And, you know, part of it may be a choice and part of it may be external circumstances shifting to allow that to happen. Because we do have the Wheel of Fortune here bringing some change into your life. And this could also be like bringing in some unexpected help to aid you on this hermit quest. right? So again, we've got that Seven of Wands or Seven of Cups, lots of choices. And with the cups, it's an emotional experience to have all of these choices and not exactly know which way to go, which way to head forward. What's the best option for me? What's the thing that's actually going to unite me with myself? I can feel that being a question here for you. Again, this reading is all about focusing your energy, focusing your fire. So try not to get too bogged down in all of the options. This can sometimes be where that mental, emotional energy can take us on a ride, you know, because I'm sort of seeing this going like this, woo, woo, going here, going there, going here, going there. And what I'm feeling for you, Aries, is try not to go on this ride. Try not to let's put it like this. I think you have to go on the ride a little bit, but try not to go on the ride of, I have so many options and now I'm frozen and can't make a choice. Because there is a call here with the Two of Wands to make a choice. And this is a definitive choice, and it feels like a pretty big one for you, because depending on the choice that you make moving forward, it's like your world is going to shift. And I'm hearing that for you with the Wheel of Fortune coming out. So depending on how you narrow this energy down for yourself, see how the world is being handed here? The choice that you actually end up making shifts your trajectory in some way. Turns your wheel in a different direction. People talk about co-creation with the universe, things like this, and that's where this starts to come into play for me. Is, you know, depending on where you choose to focus your fire, that's you taking action to turn the wheel, and also the unseen forces coming in to say, oh, okay, that's the direction you want to go in. Great. We will conspire to help you on that journey. The moment of choice can feel scary for folks, because it can feel like I have all of these options, and if I choose wrong, you know, there's this fear of choosing wrong. I don't really think that's real. I think that's part of the illusion of the Seven of Cups, is feeling like if you make the wrong choice, X, Y, and Z will happen. And so in this moment, I'm feeling led to encourage you to question this idea that you even can make a wrong choice. I don't think it's about making a wrong choice or a right choice. I think it's about making a choice. Focusing that fire. Just focus it somewhere. Focus your fire in a particular direction. And by doing that, by taking that action, you turn your own wheel of fate. This is you and Jupiter working together. All right, Jupiter, the planet of expansion. Working together. It's like, okay, listen, Jupiter's here saying, I will expand whatever it is you want to expand, but you have to tell me what you want to expand. You understand? So where you put your energy, that is the area of your life that the unseen is coming in to help you expand. And whatever it is in terms of making this choice, it feels like it's all about you, Aries. Which it is. You know, your sign, even more than other signs in a sense, everybody's about self-actualization and self-realization, but that Aries energy, metaphorically, on the whole wheel of the zodiac, is that entrance into the self. You know, it's like this image of you're just born, you know, still fluidy and still with the remnants of your previous home, your previous inhabitants, that womb. And so with the Hermit, this is your journey to walk forward on your own path and learning how to do that, learning really who you are and what you need. It's a deeply, deeply spiritual quest. So if it helps you in terms of making whatever this choice is that is up for you, the choice of where to focus your energy, think about what direction would help me grow the most as an individual. Which direction, which option is going to help me blossom into the fullness of where my soul is calling me. This is really about an internal knowing about this is just, I'm hearing like, this is just my soul's work. This is my soul's work and I know it. So even if it feels like with your soul's work, the odds are somehow stacked against you, focus your energy there anyway. Choose to do that. Choose to take that risk, to walk through that doorway and see what happens with the wheel of fate turning in your favor towards where you are focusing your energy. Because remember that, what I'm looking at is the Wheel of Fortune is right underneath the Knight of Wands. So there's this trajectory here of where you focus your energy is where the unseen energies will focus the world around, like your external world, to conspire with that. That's just what I'm feeling, like the force is conspiring with you, my friend, conspiring with you. So now we have the Page of Coins, which is having something tangible to actually work with. Again, this notion that the forces unseen are conspiring with you to help this happen. It's like there's the suddenly, when you make the choice to follow your soul, all of a sudden you got something to work with. It's like the clay that you need materializes for you in your hands. Something's there for you to reach out and grab. Being very drawn to this half beast, half human, magical being. I really think that's you, Aries. You are this like half beast, half human, and the choice that you're making here, I think part of your hermit journey is embracing both sides of you. I'm getting that like your beast nature feels called to do this wild thing. It's like that part of your soul that is so wild wants to do this passion project or this passion thing. And sometimes the human part of you is like, that doesn't make any sense, or, oh, you better be logical about that, or no, that's not really realistic. Okay, it's like when you choose to follow your fire, your soul fire, there's an integration of your being that happens after you choose to go solo, to go this hermit route. Because you're marrying yourself. You're marrying yourself. That feels really important for someone, if not lots of folks. You're marrying yourself. Because what's interesting about this coin, we have half beast, half human figure, and then on the coin itself is a half beast, half human figure. It's almost like this being is reaching out for the material resources that are actually you. And I think I've been saying this in the Aries readings for a while. It's like you are everything you need. You think you need all these other resources in order to create what you're trying to create, and actually you are everything you need. Hermit. All you actually need is to focus your energy. That's what I'm feeling. Focus your energy, and whatever you need will come your way. And if like the ideal of what you need doesn't come your way, work with what you have. Because I'm telling you, you have whatever you need contained within you. That's being reflected here very strongly. The World card. This has been coming out for you, I think. It's an ending. Big old ending, big old beginning. I would say the most potent energy in the tarot for me of a massive chapter closing and a whole new one opening. Almost like a book, really. It's not a chapter. It's like a book closes and a new one opens up. It is that energy of when you finish, and maybe it's a bad book, maybe it's a good book, maybe it's a book that just carries a ton of feelings with it for you. You finish a book and there's so many emotions, when you've really been in it. There's so many emotions when you finish a book, but there's also this really fresh feeling of like, what am I reading next? So what's coming through here with the World? And we have Gemini energy, which is interesting. Which actually coming out underneath Seven of Cups, Hermit, Gemini, I'm getting focusing the mind. Because the lovely thing about Gemini energy is its dualism. This idea, the ability to hold two seemingly contradictory ideas at the same time, similar to Libra energy here. But Gemini, the spirit of Gemini that I'm getting with that, holding two contradictory energies, is very curious. It's almost like that makes you even, 1919 is what I just saw. Number 9, the Hermit. Number 1, which is the Magician. These are all numbers that indicate solo energy, really like self-actualization, just confirming that. Okay, so Gemini energy, very mental, holding two contradictory notions at the same time and being very stimulated by that, being excited by that. Maybe this is coming through because for some of you, that's the direction of your work or that's the nature of your work, but it's coming through very strongly that your ability to hold contradictory notions and like thirst for that, like get really excited about that, that's your magic. That's the way that you focused your mind, is actually through that. It can also be the way that you get into the Seven of Cups territory where you're like, if everything is valid, then I never make a choice. Then I have like too many things floating at the same time. If you can hone in on that and like get it down from 7 to 2 with Gemini, like the two halves, then it's like that's where you meet in the middle with the Hermit. That's the self-integration. Gemini is very much self-integration. The equivalent tarot card is the Lovers, which is really, has also been coming out for you since June, I believe. So that is this energy of looking in the mirror and understanding your own duality. Understanding the parts of you, again, that beast and that person, that's coming out so strongly, just this like seemingly contradictory energies being able to integrate in a way that I think is incredibly stimulating for you mentally, and that is perhaps a focus and a drive of this creative work that you're trying to do. So I would say don't be afraid of that contradiction. Don't be afraid of holding two opposites. Maybe you don't have to choose, question this notion that if you have two opposing ideas, you have to choose one. Maybe not. Sometimes, but maybe not. Maybe actually the creative direction you end up going in is holding both and letting that be the work. Okay? That's going to perhaps really resonate for some of you. Temperance. Divine guidance. Here we are. I've been talking about the unseen hands here, and this is, for me, the card of the unseen hands. One of them, but a very potent one. The unseen hands here at work in this journey for you in September, in this journey of focusing your fire. Wheel of Fortune. Temperance. Trust in what you cannot see. Trust that if you make the choice and focus your energy, that the universe will rise to meet you. You know, asking a question and making a choice shifts the energy around you. It's just what it does. This isn't necessarily talking about, like, you know, this popularly expressed narrative of co-creation or manifestation. A lot of people are talking about that now. And often how it's easy to think of this process as, if I make the right choice, the universe will gift me or will reward me. I just saw 2323. If I make the right choice, the universe will reward me for that. And that's not exactly a helpful way, in my opinion, of thinking about this process. And listen, this is something I'm wrestling with as well and working through in my own life. So it's very up for me. And I'll just share a little bit about my thoughts on it so far. And that is that energy is a little more zoomed out than that and a little less, I think that's a very human way of thinking about it, you know, and energy doesn't necessarily totally work that way. It seems to me like when you make a choice and you focus your energy in a certain direction, that just naturally shifts the way everything else is energetically situated around you. Which, yes, may just automatically mean that there is space for other things to begin to flow in that help you in this process. All right, but I don't love thinking about the universe as like a parent that will only give you Christmas presents if you're good. You know? Okay, so that's just kind of what I'm hoping to bring out here, is that subtle difference in thinking in terms of the unseen and co-creation, because it seems to me like that's very much what you are in the process of doing right now, Aries. This is very exciting. I'm like with you, you know. I feel ready. I feel ready to go on this journey with you, and I'm very excited to see how this plays out for you throughout the month. So we're going to get you a little liminal space postcard here, Aries. Postcard from the liminal space for Aries. Okay. We got one falling out here. So with this card, I mean, we've got a massive eye here with some tears falling onto the earth. There is something perhaps with this ending, the World card, the book closing. You know, when you finish a really good book and there's a little bit of like grief, you find yourself crying because you were so invested in this whole story. It's like this whole story of your life up until this point is having a massive change, and with that change can come some grief. So I think that's why this card is here for you. But check this out. Your willingness to shed those tears and your willingness to release, it's like those tears are feeding into this river that are sending you on your path. So there's definitely some leaving energy here, some shedding and releasing in order for you to go on your path. It's pretty. It's a very pretty card. Let's see if we can get anything else for you here, Aries. Yeah. Nice. So be it. We've got the 11-cent piece here, which I love. So this whole reading is all about co-creation, yeah? And to me, here's that like, whoa, actually. The 11-cent coin doesn't exist, or so you think. So be it is the end of a prayer, you know, almost like saying amen. So be it. And so at the end of your prayer for what you wish for where you want to focus your energy and what you need in order to do that, in order to really follow that dream, it's almost like I just got the image of you finishing up that prayer and then like tossing the coin up into the air, trusting that it's going to land where it lands. And here's that page of coins, echoing this so be it energy for you. So I really do think that this is a moment, a very potent moment of creation for you, where you have the power to choose your focus and ask for what you need, and then flip the coin and see what happens. That's also part of release. Saying so be it or amen is a process of like, and now this is my prayer, this is my wish, and now I release it out. I flip the coin up in the air and I don't know where it's going to land or how. So there is this process of being firm about your choice and where you are choosing to focus your energy, and then releasing. Release the how. That's it. Release the how. Let unseen forces help you take care of the how. Your job this month is to choose where you are going to focus your energy. All right. Aries, hope this was helpful for you. If you enjoyed your September reading, please do click that like button. Help us surf the algorithm of YouTube. You can find me on Instagram at Unseen Hands Healing. All right. Find me on there. I'm posting all the time, posting spreads. If you're liking this work and you want to dive deeper, find me on Patreon. All of these links are in the description box below, by the way. Find me on Patreon, where I really dive into the moon cycles and other planetary transits that I feel are important for what's happening right now. And so that's the place to go if you want to dive deeper into that. There's lots of free resources on there for you. So Aries, take care in the month of September, and I'll check back in with you as the month progresses.